At my husband's office, Gala, my place card read, pathetic gold digger nobody. His colleagues, especially his smirking female boss, burst into laughter, still clinging to him as they sneered. As I walked out, I turned to the crowd and whispered, "I'd check your stock prices if I were you." "And what do you do, Rebecca?" the venture capitalist asked at Ryan's company dinner party. Before I could answer, Ryan cut in with a laugh. "Oh, Rebecca dabbles in some consulting work from home. Nothing serious, just something to keep her busy while I handle the real business decisions." His words landed in the middle of our elegant dining room like a grenade. 6 months earlier, my dabbling had saved a pension fund $12 million by exposing fraudulent accounting at a manufacturing firm. My report was cited in 3 major financial publications. Yet to my husband, I was just passing time. I smiled politely at the table of investors and tech executives as something inside me shifted irreversibly. The pharmaceutical CEO beside the venture capitalist, a woman whose company I'd researched extensively, noted sympathetically, as if humoring a wife with hobbies, "How nice that you have time for little projects," she said, her condescending sweetness making my teeth ache. Pause. For impact before we continue, thank you for joining me in sharing these pivotal stories. If you believe women's expertise should never be dismissed, consider subscribing. It's free and helps us reach more women who need to hear this. Now, back to the unraveling. I wanted to tell her my little projects had uncovered more corporate fraud in 3 years than her entire compliance department. Instead, I sipped my wine, wondering when my husband began seeing me as an amateur, the erosion wasn't sudden. 9 years earlier, we'd met in the university library during finals. 2 broke students drowning in loans and big dreams. I was prepping for my corporate finance final when Ryan Isience's Santo pen tapping interrupted. "That rhythm matches the opening of that awful pop song," I whispered during his impromptu textbook drum solo. He looked up with a grin that made my heart skip. "Sorry, I think better with background music, even imaginary. I'm Ryan Rebecca. I think better in silence, so we might have a problem. Or a perfect partnership," he said, scooting closer. "You handle the quiet focus. I'll bring the creative energy." We talked until the library closed, bonding over ramen diets, startup dreams, and a shared dread of mediocrity. Ryan wanted to revolutionize tech. I was obsessed with the secrets hidden in financial statements. "Let's make a deal," I said as we walked across campus that night. After graduation, we support each other unconditionally. No jealousy, just partnership. Business partners for life. He agreed, shaking my hand with mock solemnity. We honored that promise fiercely in the early years. When Ryan landed his first tech interview, we celebrated with $3 champagne and rehearsed answers all night. I helped him dissect the company's tech stack until he knew it better than their employees. "You'll revolutionize their approach," I told him as he adjusted his tie in our tiny bathroom mirror. "They'd be fools not to hire you. When you land your first big client, we're upgrading to champagne that doesn't come in plastic." He promised. My consulting business launched at our kitchen table office space was a luxury. I specialized in equity analysis, helping small investors spot red flags big firms ignored. The work demanded grueling hours, SEC filings, executive compensation, cross-checks, financial models predicting disasters before they erupted. Ryan never complained about our apartment becoming a paper war zone or my printer's midnight hum. Catch any corporate criminals today? He'd asked, massaging my shoulders as I highlighted suspicious transactions. Actually, yes, I said one night. This pharma company's shuffling R&D costs to pretty up quarterly earnings. Investors don't realize how much they're losing on failed trials. That's fraud. Not illegal, but deceptive. When the truth surfaces, people will lose millions. 6 months later, my report saved clients $4 million when the stock cratered. Journalists quoted my analysis. Investors clamored for the consultant who predicted disaster. Ryan's pride was genuine then at parties. He introduced me as the woman who takes down corrupt corporations from our kitchen table. We were equals, building a future together. His career soared through tech firms, junior analyst to product manager, then executive roles with dizzying salaries. I watched him master boardroom politics, a skill that eventually caught Reinhardt Tech's. I got the executive strategy director role, he announced one night, buzzing. But there's a catch. We're relocating to Seattle. I know it means rebuilding your client base, but this could change everything. I didn't hesitate. We're going. This is what we've worked for. The move cost me dearly, but I believed in us until professional success warped Ryan. The man who once sought my advice now made solo decisions. When I offered financial insights, he'd smile and deflect. The complexities are different at this level. This isn't like your boutique work. The shift accelerated when Tyler Jameson became his boss. Suddenly, every conversation revolved around Tyler's brilliance, her strategies, her connections, her visionary reframing of problems. I suggested dinner to meet her. Tyler's swamped with high-level meetings. He dismissed. Her ghost haunted our marriage. Ryan now framed my expertise as Nietzsche, my career as a hobby. The final blow came with a promotion requiring global travel. This is our moment, he said, waving the offer letter. You could scale back until I'm established, then you can cherry-pick projects. At that dinner party, as Ryan reduced my career to playing around and strangers pitied him, the truth crystallized. Our partnership was dead. Climax. The Gala 3 days later, Ryan rushed home, electrified. Tyler wants to meet you. After months of exclusion, she'd insisted I attend Reinhardt's holiday party. Suspicion prickled, but I went navy dress, pearl earrings, a smile masking nerves. Tyler glided over, her black suit costing more than my monthly income. Rebecca! Ryan talks about you constantly, she announced, loud enough for eavesdroppers. You must be so proud of him. He loves working here, and you work from home? How quaint. Such flexibility must be lovely. I run a financial consulting practice, I said evenly. How sweet. Ryan mentioned you help with small portfolios. Her smile never faltered, but her eyes gleamed predatory. He's lucky to have someone so adaptable. 5 minutes with her left me gutted. My career, a hobby, my expertise, cute, my identity. Ryan's convenience +1. The texts started 2 weeks later. Holiday wishes laced with venom. Hope you're staying busy with your little projects while Ryan handles real work. Ryan dismissed them as Tyler being thoughtful, but I recognized the pattern. A corporate raider, this time targeting my marriage. By Easter, her messages were clockwork. So wonderful, Ryan has you to keep him grounded. You're just so practical. Each one a paper cut, teeny, precise, demeaning. Ryan, now fully Tyler's disciple, parroted her opinions on everything. Tyler thinks granite is outdated, or Tyler says Europe is overrated. When I flagged concerning tech sector trends, he shrugged. Tyler says traditional metrics miss the innovation picture. Tyler's not a financial analyst, I snapped. She has a Wharton MBA. She gets markets. My decade of saving investors, irrelevant against Tyler's general genius. HACAP CEW Earth Systematic Exclusion. Events scheduled during my client meetings, spouse optional invites followed by guilt trips. The other wives are so involved. Team building escapes. I wasn't invited to. Tyler's amazing at building camaraderie. Ryan gushed. The final strike came via a screenshot from Reinhardt's Slack posted the night of the gala, time-stamped 11:47 p.m. Tyler, did you see Rebecca's face at her place card? Priceless. Ryan said she needed to learn her place. Mission accomplished. Ryan had known. The next morning, I became Equity Watchdog 47. My anonymous forum post, Red Flags at Reinhardt Tech, detailed Tyler's sloppy fraud, backdated stock options, shifted revenues, hidden R&D costs. By Friday, Reinhardt's stock had dropped 12%. The SEC launched an investigation. Ryan stumbled home, shell-shocked. Tyler's being investigated. My career's over. I need your help. The irony was exquisite. Why now? Tyler's got it all under control, right? She's blaming everyone else, but the documents, Rebecca, I think she manipulated numbers. That's securities fraud. I'm scared, he admitted, voice cracking. I handed him divorce papers and my new consulting contract triple his salary. The pathetic gold digger just took down your mentor. Maybe next time you'll respect the woman you married. Epilogue 6 months later, my office at Whitfield Capital boasted a skyline view and a title Director of Equity Research. Tyler faced federal charges. Ryan, unemployment and regret. As I signed the divorce papers, I thought of our library-packed partners for life and how success had revealed its hollowness. But from the ashes, I'd reclaimed myself. The equity watchdog was back, and she was just getting started